What's up, guys? Today, since I'm making another one of these acrylic shelves for my guitar pedals, I figured I'd show how to make this one. Now, if you check Amazon, you're going to be paying, over 30 bucks. So get yourself a piece of plexiglass that's 1/8 inch thick. And I'm not quite sure if this is plexiglass or from an old poster frame, but over here, you can see that's what, I'm pretty sure it came out of poster frame. Alright, so after you got this laid out, and I'll briefly explain, you just need a square measuring tape and a marker. Now, my old one that I did, we measured down for the length, which is 12 inches from this point to this point, and then from here to here I measured 10 3/4. So I want this one the same length to get the same height and stuff like that. So it's going to be 12 inches from here to here, and you'll notice that I have 2 marks here. This is going to be my finish mark. From this point over here to here is 11 3/4, but I measured from here to this line at 12, and this is the line we're going to score with a utility knife. And then the same deal here, we're going to score with the utility knife. Okay, so you're going to need a good sharp utility blade, and you're going to score it along each line, and it's going to take you a dozen or 2 at times, and you're going to just lay it there, follow the line, and drag the blade. You're putting a little pressure on, but you're dragging the blade so you don't crack this. And after you do one side, you're going to flip it around, and then you're going to repeat the process. And you can see here I have some stuff coming out. After that, you're going to take and you're just going to snap this off. So I'm not going to be able to do this on camera, and whichever way it's going to snap, that's the way you're going to break it. Alright, so you can see I got that big piece off, and you can see the crack ran down there. I'm not worried about that. Now this piece here, we'll bring it over to the bench. Alright, so now this one, you're going to support it. You can see how that cracked, but you can see it cracked uneven. So let's pull it that way. Now we got our piece. Now we'll make another line over here, 1/4 inch back, because that's going to be our finished edge, and we'll be grinding that with the flapper wheel like I said. Okay, so this is the angle grinder, and if you're not familiar, that's a flapper wheel. And all we're going to do is go ahead and sand along here to that line, and then that one, I only went maybe a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch here. 1/4 inch was overkill, so I got more sanding to do. But we're gonna make this square, and then we'll set it up to heat it and bend it. Alright, a little trick. If you don't got a steady hand, and even if you do and you want to get this done quicker, take a stool like I did and use some spring clamps, and then you'll just grind this like I started to here. Just makes it quicker. Alright, so after you come down to this line and you get it fairly good, you're going to take a regular file, and we're just going to file it that it's straight, and then remove the burrs. Alright, so like I said, a file, and what you're going to do is you're going to go along this edge right here, and that's going to ensure this is straight, with the stool, and you're just going along it, and then when you're done, just take it lightly and remove the burrs, and you'll do the other side. Alright, so once you got your ends squared up, what you're gonna do is make sure, first and foremost, you got the width you want. So we're at 11 3/4, and this is 12. So we want the bend, and all we did here was measure where I'm gonna bend it. Like this one under here, you could see right here, this bend, that's the one, the back bend is what we're working on. So we're going to measure from the back of here up, and that is going to be 3 3/4 of an inch. And then you just take your square, mark it, and then we're going to bring that back over to our stool. We're going to line that black line right up on the edge of the stool, and we're going to clamp it. Alright, so you can see how I have this lined up. The black line is right on the lip of this stool, and this is just rolled over a little bit, and we're going to take the heat gun and we're just going to keep going across here, and as that heats up, we're going to take, like I said, this is a 2-foot level, just going to push down on that ever so slightly, or whatever else you got on hand, until we get this part with that part, and you're going to make sure it's nice and straight. Right, so when you're doing this, make sure you're only heating where the line is. Don't get back here or you're going to warp it. Alright, so you can see we're starting to bend down. Now we're going to take our level, whatever you're using, and you can see how easy that pushes in there. And all you're going to do is hold that there right at a 90-degree angle, and you're going to let that cool. So once that's cooling, make sure that you're pulling these edges out to keep it, you know, straight. Alright, once that's cool enough, you don't want to do it when it's real hot, but just take a cool rag and that will cool it down even further, and that's going to set it and hold it in place. Okay, so now we flipped it over. This end is up, and we're going to bend the front lip. So we want to bend that down, and what I did was I measured from here to here, 1.5 inches, and again, black line, clamps, and we're going to heat that. Alright, so that one, you're just going to go ahead, you're going to hold that. You're going to hold that there until it cools. When you take it away, you can see this side's good, this one ain't, so we're going to have to heat that up a little. And then you're just going to come back in and hold it. Alright, so all I got is some rubbing alcohol, Scott towel, and that's going to remove the marks, the black marks that we put on here, and you can see it comes right off. So we're just going to clean that up. Alright, so there you got it. Markers all off, and you can make this shorter if you want. I just wanted it longer. I got some bigger petals that I wanted to put on it, and in fact I see I didn't get some of that here, but that's how you make an acrylic stand for with a piece of plexiglass for, you know, pennies compared to what you're paying on Amazon.